Hi guys, this is my fifth attempt to make a video with this device and explain to you guys how I put Nvidia on this thing. Alright, not giving up, all pitbull about it. Alright, let's move about a little bit. Let's go down, 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 down. This is the machine. It's an old machine, it's borrowed. I can play with it. It has a sticker of Windows 7 on it, so you do the math. How old is this thing? It's GT70, it says. What's more important, it is a hybrid graphics. Arch, Wiki, Nvidia. Arch, Wiki, hybrid graphics. And it's a GTX670m. And we'll need it later on if you want to install the drivers for it. So first of all, everything works. That's important. So you don't need to, whoops, other side, you don't need to install Nvidia drivers to have fun, to have a working system. The thing is, what if you would like to have it? Now, I've been playing around it. I need to give it back, this machine, but I'm allowed to play with it for a while. And what I came up with today, with the hardware that I have, right, I can make Nvidia work on this machine, on this hybrid graphics. And this is particular on this machine, but maybe it gives you hints and you can take a look at your own hardware and your own settings, and then you think that might work for me too. And otherwise, of course, it's again, go to the Arch Wiki, go and ask people around and see some YouTube videos or something till you figured out, hey, this is how I need to tweak my machine, my hardware for Nvidia. All right, let's get started. Many things to do, and let's hope fifth attempt that this is the last attempt. So Ctrl-Alt-F. Yeah, this is not an SSD. It's not as responsive as all my other machines here, which makes it always very strange to say what's going on, because I'm used, of course, to the speed of an SSD or an NVMe. So, Arch Wiki. Oh my god, I have this tripod in front of me. Arch Wiki, Nvidia. That's something you should read. Go and have a look. But first things first, where's my mouse? I go down there. I go and tell him that this is my network. Hopefully. Classic blowfish finish. Do you want the password? No, don't mind, don't want the password ever. And we're through. So we have the Arch Wiki, Nvidia Optimus. You do go and check the things you need to know. And what we're gonna do to have a working system is somewhere in here, but doesn't matter if I can't find it. But we're going to get it from Nvidia itself. So this is good. And Arch Wiki, since this is a hybrid system, hybrid is enough. You'll find it. Hybrid graphics, and you read again, you read everything you can read. And don't forget, this video is going to go on ArcoLinux.com. We have a Nvidia. Whatever comes in my hands, I will install ArcoLinux on it. And here you go. You have some hardware well, examples, what I've done in the past on machines that I got in for a few days. So, Nvidia, right? The solution I have for you guys, for this machine, and maybe for yours, is go to the drivers, the download drivers of Nvidia, and let's get those in. The screen is doing strange things here, my recording. This is better. So, GeForce, we are GeForce machine. and we have the 6 series. So that's knowledge you should have about your machine. And oops, I think I did something wrong there. So the 600M. All right, now we go here. What's he doing? Playing with my feet or what? That's an expression in Dutch. GT600M. That gives us the proper thing to have. And then GTX670M. That was it, right? GeForce GTX670M. Check. Linux 30 bits. No, never again. Start search. And then we know what we need to download. It's the 390 version that we need to have. So sudo pacman -s, and then look for, well, not pacman, I guess it's on AUR, so you need to build it. But at this point in time, I can't build it because there's a big error. So skipping all that and just going to the Linux driver itself and try that. Okay, so we have a driver. What did I experience as well? Like I said, many things. I mean, there's hardware, that's one thing, but there's also trial and error, and maybe things are the remnants of trials and application this and application that. So this is a clean install, so I know everything is gonna work as it's supposed to. And let's go for sudo. Yeah, I'm gonna install the Linux LTS. Sudo pacman. I think he can't really find. Oh, get away. This is better, right? I just looked at the screen of my smartphone and looked a little bit, I don't know, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, something like that. So this is more tranquille. Sudo pacman -s Linux LTS. I'm gonna get that in, and I'm gonna get the headers as well. The headers as well. The 3 lines, so you know I've never updated anything, never installed anything. The 3 lines are these 3 up here. Okay. In the meantime, I can tell you that on the 1st of January 2021, we made a new package. And the package is updated. So if you typed update this morning, you've got it already. And the thing is, maybe you have seen a video, I forgot to update Grub. And that's 1700 in the 90s. There is a Grub that's broken. You can't boot into your machine. And we explain you how to edit Grub and still be able to boot back in. And that's the only thing we've done, or we forgot to do, is type this alias update Grub. So don't have it on Arch, right? Update Grub is text sudo grub make configuration, output is in the boot grub root grub.cfg. All right, so that's update. That's what I forgot. Now the new package that will come in shortly is this: ArcoLinux pacman hook to update Grub automatically, so we can't forget anymore. So that's solved, because basically, guys, still the same vision, an ISO, an operating system, basically, without issues, without frustrations, if possible. Thank you very much. So if you forget to update Grub, you're stuck into a system that can't boot up again. But now we can just relax and forget about it, unless you're on ArcoLinux phase 5, and then you need to remember again, hey, we need to update Grub after Linux LTS or Zen or Hardened or any of the AUR kernels. All right, that's done. I guess we better sudo reboot. We can do that now. Yeah, no problem. Let's sudo reboot and see the Linux LTS up there in the corner, but we'll soon see it in our NeoFetch. So Grub knows, has been updated, and it knows, hey, there's Linux LTS, and it's going to try to boot it from it. This is not an SSD, as you see. This is the one that's always fastest. Hey, he's there, right? But it's an old hard disk, 7,200 rotations per minute, and probably by now half of it in speed. I'm not used to this slow, this waiting thing. But it's not my machine. All right, we're there. Quit. Are we Linux LTS? Yes, we are. We have the Linux LTS kernel running. Phase one, right? Getting, well, let's not count phases. First get Nvidia driver. We could do that now too, right? Go to the Linux LTS kernel. Now we install something I'm gonna need later on. Sudo, I could do install this later on as well, right? Bacman -s. Oh my god, Optimus Manager, and I like the Qt version of it, which means it's gonna bring in the dependencies anyway, which is of course Optimus Manager. There you go. Check. Right, and enter. It's already enabled, it says, so read text enabling Optimus service. So there's a service running. Ah, interesting to know, right? Super interesting. Please reboot your computer before using Optimus Manager. Okay, check. So we will. Sudo reboot. In the last video, it got stuck here as well for some reason. So I'm gonna push, since we don't have time. 13 minutes already. 13. Hard shutdown. And boot up again. So, downloaded Nvidia, downgraded to Linux LTS, got a certain package, Optimus Manager Qt in. What's he doing? He's trying to read my disk drive or something. Okay. Is there something in there? Oh, there's something in there. Okay. Yeah. Being patient is important. There is my mouse. Yay. Always a good sign if you see your mouse. Let's hope we can finish this video for the 5th time. could not live with this slow, this boot up time anymore, I guess. It's just what you're used to. All right. Next up is the fact that we need to go to Control Alt F2 or F3, F4. We need to go to TTY. And I'm gonna stop. What? LightYM, Plasma, it all needs to stop. Okay, so sudo system ctl disable LightYM. It is now not stopped, it is disabled. When I do sudo reboot, yeah, it will not start again, which means I'll boot up into something black, a terminal, a TTY. And it's only then, when you're in this black screen, this TTY screen, with no LightYM, no Plasma, nothing present, a bit like the ArcoLinux D installation, you end up in a black screen, and then you do your thing. Our thing is installing Nvidia, and it's in the downloads folder. So let's wait till it says, who are you? Voila, that's me, and that's my password. And you go inside, that was too fast, in the downloads, go in there, ls, well, better is ll, and it shows you that it's just a file, this Nvidia thing, and I can't have that. It has to be an executable. So chmod, chmod, chmod plus x, x from execute, and I do an ll again, and something changed. Here we see an x, and here we see the color. Color means okay, ready to rock and roll. Sudo, of course, because it's gonna write stuff all over your computer, not your home directory. And then Nvidia, enter, and off it goes. It needs, LightYM needs to be really gone. The Nouveau driver can't be loaded. You need to really shut down everything, and then you're able to install the Nvidia accelerated graphics driver for Linux x86-64 number 390.138. This is a good thing, right? All the other errors means you forgot to do something. You forgot to, well, you read the errors, right? But you forgot to do something, basically. See the cameras, again, difficulty with all the black to focus. Where should I focus? How about here? Okay, a question. Install Nvidia's 32 compatibility libraries? Yes, with a tab to the left and the right. I can navigate with arrows as well, and an enter is going to say yes. Okay. This may take a moment, then we wait a moment. There's no way around it. Would you like to run Nvidia Xconfig utility automatically update your X configuration file so that Nvidia X driver will be used when you restart X? Normally I think people will say yes, which will, I think, give them result in issues. Well, for my learning, I'm gonna go to another TTY, and I'm gonna go to cd etc x11. All right, and then ls. So this is what's in there, okay, and xorg, and then ls again. Here we have already 10 optimus manager conf. I think we don't need to do this. I think it actually breaks things, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Where are you? F1, F1. Would you like to run an Nvidia X configuration on? Let's run it. Yes. And then Control Alt F4, LS, still okay. And one level up, LS. This guy made two new files, and it is these two new files, xor.conf, and that guy that needs to go. So next time around, I'll say no to the system. xor.conf and the other xor.conf.nvidia. No, that's not it. Nvidia. Well, they're back out. I don't want them. Not in my setup. Okay. Right. Back to Control Alt F1. Your X configuration file has been successfully updated. Okay, and so that's just an enter, and that's done. Now we do the following. We enable sudo systemctl enable lightm, of course. All right, sudo reboot. So I was right. Even after the 5th time, you can still learn something. These configuration files, we don't better not say yes and say no, because Optimus Manager has his own file, and there can be only one that rules, and it's going to be Optimus for us. Again, this works on my computer. So there might be some Sherlock Holmes work for you. Aha, I've got a mouse. How about that? Yay, right? Then the waiting starts. All right. Thank you. Optimus is installed. It's an application. You run applications. It doesn't show you anything. I say it's broken, but in the toolbar there's something there. Clicking doesn't help one bit, but right mouse click, switch to Intel, switch to Nvidia, to hybrids and exit and settings. Let's go to the settings. Launch as startup is a good thing to have, so it's there already to test out, and if you don't need it anymore, you just click it away again. So general configuration files, Optimus. I haven't tried everything out. I leave everything as is. There are no settings basically that I change, right? Besides the one launch as startup. The rest you can decide here, yeah, why not, to immediately have Nvidia or not. That's something you choose. And Intel did not go into all the settings. I know when I don't change anything, it works, and then it's up to you to still Google and look up what's all this, Mozart path and all that. Okay, so are we now in Nvidia? That's probably gonna be your question, right? INC -B is always a good place to start. I keep doing that. So this bigger, and let's scroll a little bit. So this is good, right? This means, hey, he recognized that there is a driver for Nvidia. But the best test, I think, is this one, the Nvidia X server settings application. You do not appear to be using Nvidia X driver. Please edit your configuration and so on. So we get a application. Sometimes you don't get anything. It means Nvidia driver is not loaded. Okay, fine. How can I load it? We have this button. that says switch to Nvidia. That's what I'm gonna do. Switch to Nvidia. You apply, you read everything, and then OK. And it's closing down, and it is gonna say to Xorg, hey guy, use the other card, the other graphical card, the Nvidia one. Sorry, that's why we need to really shut down to get a new Xorg instance. Ooh, what's this? It's just a slow computer. All right, and then Nvidia and Nvidia. Enter. And this is what you're supposed to have, with all kinds of information that, again, I do not know. I'm not a gamer. I'm not an Nvidia user. I will probably never buy an Nvidia card in my life, so I don't know the settings, but there are people on our forum and on Telegram and Discord, so ask them for support, for more information or tweaking or overclocking, and there's so much more to learn. All right, this is a successful end. We have successfully completed the video. I'm so happy after the 5th time. There's one thing maybe you should remember. Removing this thing might prove a little bit difficult, but it's actually interesting to know that you can do something similar on your machine like this. Dash uninstall might work, might just do the trick. Remember all the things you've done, change them back. Use maybe backup files. I know this works for me, so I've tried it so many times. So now we have a routine, we have a way to some steps to follow and to try it out. Guys, I wish you good health, new year, right? But success in finding out how Nvidia works on your Linux machine. Cheers.